Hi everyone, I'm Claude.
And I'm Clinton, and we're the Lamest Defenders. And on today's special episode of We've Got Issues, Marvel Comics wraps up one of its biggest events of the year.
Right.
And Claude?
Yeah.
What is on your face?
Oh, it's my mustache. I've been growing it. Do you like it?
No, no one does.
Well, let's just get to the review.
Welcome back. So before we get too far into the review, I do want to briefly talk about Archon St. Louis. It is a science fiction convention at the Gateway Convention Center in Collinsville, Illinois. It is from October 4th through the 6th. And if you get a chance, please stop by and see Baskerville Productions' booth. They are so graciously gave us our theme song.
Yep.
So
Hope to see you there.
And so getting to the review. Okay, so this didn't have a lot of action in it.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of put things a nice little bow on it.
Okay.
There was not a lot of finality to it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's definitely setting something up for the long term. It opens up a month before where we're currently at,
Okay.
and it's basically it's the Mora's No Space. So no Space is one of those black Krakoan flowers
Her
it's
safe
like
zone.
the tumors kind of thing. They call it a Krakoan tumor.
Okay.
It's basically undetectable even on Krakoa.
Okay.
So, and we referenced that in Powers of X number 5, so please check that out if you'd like to know more. But they call it Xavier's Secret Cradle as well. And it's Xavier, Mora, and Magneto, and they're all talking about, like, well, if we do this, there's no turning back. So we all have to be in on this. And they all agree, and actually there's a very touching scene between Magneto and Xavier where they basically just bury the hatchet. Magneto says, hey, I'm with you from here on out. Like, all the fighting, everything we've done,
I'm sorry,
that's
bro.
done. Yeah, like
Bruh, bring it in.
I'm with you on this
Yeah.
from here on. So that was kind of neat to see. So then Xavier, with the use of the new Cerebro, reaches out to all of humanity and basically says that, he talks about his dream. His dream was to have mutants and humans coexist. Like, but humans, you don't want that.
Right.
Like, you've killed over 16 million of our kind, and it's like, I wanted to love you. I wanted you to love us. We've saved you multiple times. You clearly don't want us in your society.
Whatever he handed the note that said, "Do you like me?"
Yeah.
Check yes or
X,
no.
Y, or yes, no, maybe.
Yeah, the humans definitely checked a no.
Yeah,
So.
So then, after that, he talks about the new Krakoan drug, and saying that this will cure Alzheimer's. This will cure most cancers. This is going to extend your life by 5 years. It's going to be one of the most powerful antibiotics you'll have.
It's a gift.
It is a gift.
Yeah.
But it's not a gift anymore. It would have been a gift if they were willing to basically coexist. But now they have to pay a price. And the price is Krakoan
Nation.
Krakoan nation state, amnesty for every mutant, mutant born. They have amnesty. They are automatically citizens of Krakoa. They can come to Krakoa whenever they wish. Every mutant in a prison now is going to be basically released to Krakoa. Like, they will deal with them on Krakoa. It's like Krakoa will be mutants will be ruled by mutant law, not man's.
Right. Because they're biased.
Yeah, exactly. And he talks about his dream a lot, which is really interesting, because I know that Professor Xavier, when he was first introduced back in the 60s, was an allegory basically for Martin Luther King Jr. And Magneto was
Malcolm X.
Malcolm X. Yeah, thank you.
I mean, it makes total sense.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, especially for the 63 when they came out. So after the terms have been read, I don't want to say terms of surrender, but it basically feels like that.
Right.
Like, you want this drug, you need to play ball. It shifts to the Quiet Council of Krakoa. And in Powers of X, number 5, they showed that it was a 12-person council, but they didn't tell who was on it. Now they've revealed the full list.
The full
list, yeah. So it has Xavier, Magneto, Apocalypse, Mr. Sinister, Exodus, Mystique, Sebastian Shaw, the Black King, Emma Frost, the White Queen, and then a Red King. No idea who the Red King is.
Okay.
Not sure at all. It's
Omega Red.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Yeah. And then Storm, Jean Grey, and Nightcrawler.
Okay.
So Xavier has a nice kind of conclave within this, or a cabal, if you will, on this little council. So he has some
controversial
yeah,
picks.
Exactly, there. Yeah. Mr. Sinister being one of them.
Sebastian Shaw.
Yeah, and the first order that they have to deal with, the first order of business, is they have to deal with Sabretooth. In the very first issue of House of X, they were stealing some information from Mother Mold. And Sabretooth killed, I think, at least 2, maybe 3 guards. So they have to deal with repercussions from that.
So wasn't Mystique in on that? She was there.
She didn't kill anybody.
And she's on the...
Toad was there too, but he didn't do anything either.
Oh, man. It still feels like... I don't know.
Yeah. So...
and then she's on this council judging Sabretooth?
Yeah.
All right. Whatever. Yeah. Kangaroo court.
And so they each go through the merits of, well, what would be the punishment? Because they don't want to kill other mutants, because that's not what they're about. They can't kill off mutants because there are so few of them anyway. It's like it's not worth it at this point. But they came to the conclusion that the punishment should be exile. So what happens is Krakoa,
put them into the Spider-Man, the Sony Spider-Verse.
No, they get a Fox movie deal.
Yeah. Oh no.
And they basically, Krakoa, just like the roots come out and just grab them, and they could grab Sabretooth and just pulled him down. And it's a stasis. Okay. So he's not dead. He's just in stasis for however long he needs to be there.
Is he conscious during this? Is it like sleep?
He is conscious. Okay. He is conscious of everything.
Okay.
So yeah, he doesn't age, but he's just like, he knows what's going on. So
yeah, I can picture him.
Just darkness. That's all
he wished he knew the punishment before he killed those people.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, Creed, he's Sabretooth. He's an animal. I mean, he's just an animal. So
time to neuter him.
But and as they're dispensing judgment, a lot of the members are just kind of like, yeah, whatever, I don't care, like whatever, yeah, just get rid of him. That's fine. So after the judgment basically is passed on Sabretooth, Mystique chimes in and says, what about, well, let's ask the most pious person on this council. It's Sabretooth. He's a Catholic. Or, I'm sorry, Nightcrawler. He's a Catholic. And Nightcrawler says, well, go forth and multiply. It's like, we need more mutants.
Right.
And Xavier's like, couldn't have said it better myself. So they create new laws.
They all activate their mutant Tinder and they get going. So it's Netflix out there by the tree.
Make more mutants. Murder no human, because that's the punishment for exile. So, and then respect the sacred land, because they were talking. Sebastian Shaw, the Black King, was like, well, what about property rights and economics and currency and all that stuff? And he's like, well, if you want any of that, go back to humanity, basically.
Okay.
On Krakoa, we will treat this like Eden. We get everything we need from this country, so we don't need anything else. And it ends with a multiple page celebration. It's actually really kind of touching to see. Like,
now I was looking at some of the panels. It kind of looked like was it Return of the Jedi, the Ewok?
Oh, you're totally right. Yeah.
Lame.
I can totally see that. Yeah,
not in a good way.
Yeah, and then Xavier and Magneto in the last couple of panels were just off looking to the sky. It's like, look what we've done. Like, it's just kind of a nice little bow on it. But
now, in my opinion, or I guess in your opinion, would you think this is kind of a disappointment for an ending for House of X? With, you had this build up for so many weeks, and this is the last one.
Yeah.
And then you have this celebration. Nothing really gets revealed. Really, the big thing is Sabretooth goes under a tree. Yeah,
it does create more questions than answers. And Apocalypse and Mr. Sinister are not just going to stand idly by.
Right. I just hope that, for next week, for the final Powers of X, maybe something big, pays off, after all these issues.
For Powers of X, I'm more interested in that year 1000. But, yeah, it was a good 6-issue arc. But it definitely it's going to continue.
Yeah,
this is nowhere near done. So, and unfortunately, we get 6 more Xmen comics coming.
Yeah. So have fun.
Yeah, my wallet won't.
Yeah,
but is it worth? It's absolutely worth it though. Yeah. It was a buy. Like, it was. The art is still fantastic. The writing was good, just like it has been for the whole series. I wish it actually went on a little bit longer, but it was a rebuilding, and it ended the way I feel it should have, because we have a lot more story to tell.
Definitely.
So definitely get this.
Yeah, but that's our impressions from, or honestly, our spoiler review for House of X, the final issue, number 6. Tomorrow we will release a video that, we're reviewing some other comics that weren't as big, but we still wanted to get them out there. Yep. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Thanks. Stay lame.